Hi, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Puzzle. And I'm really looking forward to today's episode and today's task because it's about another assembly kit. And this is just not an usual assembly kit. I saw this some time ago already on a website. Back then I thought one day I have to try this one because the result, what's coming out here when this thing is assembled, this looks just insane. And it's even motor driven and makes some movements, and gonna see later how this really looks like, and we will also have a detailed look at the quality of the components. The name of this assembly kit is Mysterious Aviator. It does not come with a bling bling box, but just some functional small box here with a handle. So not too bad actually, because you can reuse this later. However, let's just get it out of the box. Let's have a look at the components. On the top, the assembly instruction. Oh yes, and it's in English. I'm glad to see this, because if it would be in Chinese, this would be very difficult for me. But here it comes also with some Chinese letters. But this should be okay. Let's see later. And then let's have a look at the components. I have no idea what these components are for. This one is kind of an aluminium tube or something. Let's get this one out. What is this? Oh yeah, and here we go. By the way, this is an assembly kit made out of metal and wooden parts, and combined they are then ending up in one big dragonfly. Just get these out. I think some of these are kind of dirty from the manufacturing process. I will try to clean them before I assemble them. And also here from the manufacturing process, some marks of the laser cutter probably. I also will try to clean it. Let's put this aside. The wooden parts are over here, also laser cut I would assume. Perfectly cut, and I think no, they are not laser cut. At least they have not these black edges. These are probably the wings of the dragonfly later. Okay, this is the motor that will drive it later, that it starts to move. Let's see how quiet this really is, or if it's, say, operate in the living room. And what do we have here? Oh yes, look at this. All the screws that are required. So many screws, all made from brass I think, which probably will give it overall a pretty nice and decent look. In addition, some custom parts also. Not only standard parts like screws, but also some custom parts. Look at this. Very cool. Not sure how you call this in English, but in German it's like cardanic coupling. I don't know if this is the right translation. What do we have here? Okay, here's some electronics, probably to operate the motor. But how to tighten all these nuts? Let's see, probably have to use this. The parts are not too many actually. It's quite good. The power device will be connected here, the battery. And then it comes with the on-off switch over here. Okay, I think we are nearly ready to start. But before we start with the assembly, I would like to thank NordVPN for sponsoring today's video. NordVPN is an award-winning VPN provider that helps you to increase your internet safety in a very simple and reliable way. But what is VPN and how does it work? VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, and if turned on, instead of directly connecting to the internet, your device establishes an encrypted tunnel to NordVPN's remote servers. And the result is no one can monitor and collect data of what are you doing online, and even your IP address and location are hidden. You do not need to worry about your privacy in a public Wi-Fi. Governments can't track and collect your browsing activities, no matter if you are in your own country or abroad. Or, and this is my personal favorite to be honest, you can access services like YouTube, Netflix and social media services in countries that are actually blocking those services. If this sounds interesting to you, go to nordvpn.com/MrPuzzle or use the promo code MrPuzzle to get a 2-year plan with a huge discount plus 1 additional month for free. Thanks again to NordVPN for sponsoring my channel, and now let's start with the assembly. Okay, so I rearranged all the parts, took them out of the box. Look at this. This looks just great. And I also tried to polish these brass pieces because some of them had some marks from the manufacturing process, and now I understood also what this is for. This is also for polishing the parts. So if I put these aside, you can like brush these So, and I'm gonna start now. I'm gonna take the assembly instruction. I'm gonna start with the first step. Assemble these 3 pieces here. I will put this one aside so it will be not visible, but of course I will follow the assembly instruction as intended. Here we go. This is called component A. And it is complete now. Component B. So big transmission coming with the motor. And it is mounted onto these big pieces here. Okay, so that's it for now. Look how this bling blinks. Very cool, very satisfying to assemble, definitely. And now I know how it must feel to assemble a watch. Not that I ever did it, but this must, I think, how it feels like to assemble one. Now it's time to assemble this black plastic piece. The only plastic piece in the whole assembly kit, by the way. Component B completed. Here we go. Now comes component C. So we'll put this one aside. Continue with those pieces. So still a lot of parts left, and I will continue with part number D. This one I will also polish. Okay, whew. Look at this. I think this looks pretty cool. No idea what these are for. But component D1 and D2 are completed. So, what next? What next? E. Component E. All 4 wings are ready now. Whew. And now it's time to get it all together, I would assume. So the first thing we join is this. It's the body with this thing here. This belongs like over here, and I think the cables probably go through here. Yeah! This looks so cool. Wow. Now L5, the longest screws, they go. I can tell you, it really feels like you assembled some kind of insect here, yeah? Super cool, super cool. These belong in here, yes, that's correct. Now I should already put it here on the stand. So this is the stand, as you remember. And now, get this thing on the top. Inside of the tube. Oh, okay. The cable goes through here all the way down. Okay. Wow. This looks insane. Okay, let's see. Yes, it works. And the only remaining thing right now is to connect the wings. Here we go. And I think it's done. This looks so insane. Okay. Wow. Insane, guys. Come on. Let me know in the comments what you think about this movement. Wow. Just wow. Also from the top, if you look from the top how this looks like here. Wow. The motor is a bit loud and a bit noisy, but I think at this size you probably get or won't get any motor that's much more silent. It's just a high speed motor and then getting the speed down by this transmission to a level where this looks actually smooth and slow. Wow. Just wow. I will now continue recording some B-roll for you, but this was the assembly part. Let me zoom out a bit. This was the assembly part, and the thing is huge. It's like 40-50 centimeters or something, yeah. So definitely a serious assembly kit, and look at this. I just show you here again how this moves and how this looks like. Oh my gosh, this is so insane. This is so insane. So this is definitely a super beautiful assembly kit. That's it for today. I hope you like what you've seen in today's episode. I hope you liked. I hope you enjoyed the assembly as much as I did. And if yes, hit the like button. Let me know in the comments what you think about this assembly kit. Are there any further assembly kits on that website? I'll link you in the video description that are interesting to you and you would like to see in the future, or any other products. Let me know in the comments. Don't miss to check out the B-roll at the end of this video. And until next time, keep on puzzling.